What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, as many of you know, the servers for Project E2 have been down, off and on, you know what I'm saying? Currently, it's Saturday morning, and they've been down for like 24 fucking hours, ain't gonna lie. And a lot of folks are bitching, you know, a lot of folks stay scared. A lot of folks stay thinking they's going to lose their shit. A lot of accounts, I think, are getting banned, just from what I've heard. So, I don't know, man. That's just what I've heard, you know? That somehow folks were able to find a way to duplicate runes, and folks are getting banned for it. Yeah, that fucks up the economy, man. So, I can't blame them for banning those folks. You know what I mean? I found 2 runes so far. I found a rune from Hellforge and Nightmare and a Mel rune from Pit level 2, and that's it. But yeah, the realms are down. Now, I expected this because this is just what happens when you got a new game and a lot of folks are anticipating it. For those of you who don't remember, although you probably remember this part, that Diablo 3 is an absolute shit game. But remember, when Diablo 3 released, there were all sorts of server issues. And this is a team who are getting paid good money, you know what I'm saying? And they got a lot of networkers and engineers and shit. So PD2 is like a private project. And obviously that's going to come with some difficulty as well, right? So this is kind of what I expected. Yeah, I should have had more videos in preparation because I don't have any videos right now, and this is single player, so at least we can get on single player. But I wanted to theory craft something and showcase this to you guys, because there are some toad rune words in PD2, some crazy shit. And I just started finding this out last night, I think is when it was. But as many of you know, I actually made a Frenzy Barb already. You can check out some of my videos on him. He actually is now a Whirlwind Barb. He's level 36 or something. But I wanted a Frenzy Barb, right? But I just had my doubts that they're going to be able to compete. And I've heard similar things. You know, Frenzy just basically gets his ass kicked when he's surrounded by enemies. And this is going to happen in the endgame maps. Enemies are going to swarm his ass and just beat the fuck out of him. You see? Whereas Whirlwind, it's a lot more defensive and some would argue offensive at the same damn time. You're spinning around. It's uninterruptible. And he's constantly leeching and hitting enemies, and it doesn't matter how thick the swarm, he's going to be going through the damn crowd and hitting them all. Frenzy, you'll get locked up, and you'll just get the shit beat out of you. And I've experienced this in Path of Diablo, for example, in the endgame maps, where a Whirlwind, it just overpowers it drastically. Some solutions that I've speculated were just make somehow Frenzy a lot more defensive. Make it boost your defense while you're using it. Make it attack faster, because it has to be more offensive, because it just isn't that offensive compared to Whirlwind. It's bullshit. So I think it should do more damage, it should attack faster, and it should boost your defense while using it, at the least. Or some argued it should boost your damage reduction even. And is it uninterruptible? I think it might be. I don't recall. Is it? Let's take a look. I was just doing. It doesn't say. I don't know if it's uninterruptible or not. But check this out, man. There are some crazy as fuck rune words. But also just one quick thing. This is windowed mode, okay? On the PD2 launcher, there's the options you can select before you launch the game. And you can hit windowed mode. And this is what it ends up being. It's actually stretched this way more, vertically, a little bit more than it should be. As you can see, these circles are they're ovals, you see? So it's not 16 by 9, it's like 14 by 9 or some shit, and it's just stretched. Or it's 16 by like 12 or something is what it is what we're seeing here. I don't know how the hell to fix it. This is what happens when I try to run it in windowed mode. So let me know if any of you dogs have a solution for this. But check this out. Here's what I'm thinking for a Frenzy Barb, all right? Here's the Project D2, like the runewords page. For one, you guys should check some of this out. They've made so many changes. Look at this death now. It spawns. It has just the base skill of Blood Golem level 12, so you don't have to use the charges, which are how do you recharge it when it's indestructible and it's ethereal? You might be able to only do that with a rune recipe, if that. I think you can, but yeah, that's annoying. Check this out, man. There's a lot of stuff to go over, but I'm not going to do that in this video. I just wanted to show you this combination, this theory-crafted Frenzy Barb, which might be like a meme build, all right? It might be something of that sort, but I'd love to try it. Check this out, the rune word Destruction. It goes in pole arms, swords, and spears. So for Frenzy Barb, I think the best option would be to go sword, obviously. You'll have to go sword, because these are both two-handed items. And for a 50 sword, many would probably think a phase blade, but the damage in a phase blade is absolute shit. So that would suck. You know, for Grief, for example, where it just adds base damage, they're great. But actually, they fucked with Grief on here too, so I don't know if that would work. We'll have to check it out. But nonetheless, I would use a Colossus blade or sword, the thinner one that can get 5 sockets max. That one. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the Colossus sword. The thinner one, you know what I'm saying? That Ripsaw the Flamberge is in. Only it's the elite version of the Flamberge. I always get the two mixed up. But that one, not the one that you see Breath of the Dying Maiden all the time. Of course, that would work as well. So either or, although I think the other one does slightly more damage. And you have to check the attack speed breakpoints as well. Either of those two would work, all right? The Colossus sword or the Colossus blade. So you would make this any non-ethereal one, just a base one. You could even find a plain one and Larza quest it, because they get 50s max if it's the thinner Ripsaw version, all right? But look at this shit. If you're frenzying with this, imagine. This will be crazy, man. He'll have shit swarming all around him. It'll be Toad. All sorts of elemental damage. It'd just be fun, and I'd love to see it at work in like the Hell Chaos and Hell Pit, and probably Devastate in Hell Pit, and so forth. 23% chance to cast level 22 Frost Nova on striking. And I think Frost Nova does more damage than it did in LOD. So you'll be casting that like a little toad. 5% chance to cast level 33 Molten Boulder on striking. I think Molten Boulder, see that's high. That's 33. I believe that does both physical and fire damage. So you'll be casting that like a fat little toad. Of course, not as frequently as the Frost Novas. 5% chance to cast level 45 Meteor on striking. Holy shit. We should look this up. I don't know how much damage that is, but I mean, that would be absolute toad. And Meteor, it does like an additional 25% damage as physical as well. So you're doing a ton of fire damage and physical damage with that. 15% chance to cast level 32 Nova on attack. Can you imagine this hog? This frenzy hog? 300% enhanced damage. Oh, they nerfed that a little bit because these are absolute toad right here. Has ITD. They added attack speed. So with this build that I'm theory crafting, I think this would be in your main hand. All right. Added attack speed. Then you got Mana Leech, Crushing Blow, Deadly Strike. And check this out, man. 5% chance to cast level 19 Armageddon when struck. And I know a level 1 Armageddon lasts 60 seconds. I don't know if it always just lasts 60 seconds or if it scales with that per level. Let me know in the comments below. Does it last longer per level? Do seconds add to it? I know the synergies for it give like 5 seconds each. Imagine that though. You're going to be a Frenzy Barbarian casting all this shit. And then Armageddon's going to be casting around you, man. The meteors are going to be falling from the sky and shit. So it's just going to be following you around everywhere. You're going to look like a god. It would be absolute toad. And I would love to see this shit play out. But the problem is destruction requires a Vex, a Low, a Burr, and a Jaw. And then a Coat. It's expensive as fuck. But I'd love to see it. And then check this out. Here's what I would want him to have in his other hand. See, they fucked with Grief. See what they did? And they removed ITD on it. Dicks. Ice. But I mean, this mod has been such a damn good time. You guys got to check it out. And I noticed, actually, I won't say that. Never mind. I'll hold back. But this mod is absolute toad. You know, you dogs. I know most of you dogs are playing it, but let me show you something else. That's why I've been damn looking forward to getting on again. Hopefully, we'll be able to play later today. All right. So here's what I would want. Here's what I would want in his other hand. Wind. Now, this is now a 3-socketed item, and it can work in all melee weapons. So here's what I would do. I would make this in a Berserker Axe, all right? Because you're going to get a ton of damage. It has good range. It has a range adder of 3, I believe. And great damage, low requirements, so it's going to be versatile for other builds as well. And with Barb and your masteries, your Axe and the Sword mastery are the same mastery, all right? So you just got to level up that 1 mastery. But now it's a 3-socketed item and not just a 2. And it requires an additional Sur. So this is in value, this is a Burr rune. If you don't count the Axe, which are basically free, you know? So later on in the ladder. Although a 3-socketed one, you can't Larza quest that. So you might have to cube socket them if you find plain ones, or just hope for a 3rd. But you'd probably have to trade for one. Which, I don't know, maybe that would be a Pull rune or something. Maybe something in that range. Or a orb, a shard of corruption. But look what wind does, man. It used to cast a level 9 tornado. Now, it has an 8% chance to cast a level 29 tornado on striking. That'll be so toad. It gives you run walk speed, so that'll be fun for a Frenzy Barb. 40 IES as usual. And here's some new stuff. 5% chance to cast level 9 Cyclone Armor on striking. Hot damn! So Cyclone Armor, that's going to be absorbing a ton of elemental, and you're actually going to be casting it a lot if you're, you know, attacking fast. So you're going to have that up often, I think. So it's going to be a lot more defensive, and this is just what the Frenzy Barb needed. He needed some defense. And there's more defense to this. Check it out. But for one, it gives up to 240 enhanced damage, where it used to only max out at 160. But here's what's most toad. 5% chance to cast a level 9 Hurricane when struck. And again, Hurricane at level 1, it lasts 60 seconds. So let me know in the comments, does that increase in terms of its duration per level? Let me know in the comments below. So you're going to be casting Hurricane and Armageddon at the same damn time with this Frenzy Barb. So, and that's going to be defensive, casting this Hurricane, because it's going to chill everything around you. So I think this would be, and you're going to be knocking shit back, I think. Is that what the tornadoes do? Or they stun shit at least? I think they might stun things. I don't know. But you're going to be casting so many things, man, with the destruction and with the wind. And then it gives 8 life after each kill. 8% chance to cast level 25 Twister on striking, which that one stuns the enemies. So you're going to be a lot more defensive. And I think this would be epic. And what's even more interesting, perhaps, is how the Frenzy Barb, this is part of what I like about them, is you can mix and match so many things and just experiment, just for the fun of it. So you could put other items on him as well. And there are some other interesting items that have been reworked. But of course, like Eternity's one. This is what I wanted initially. And you can mix and match, you know, so let me know what combination you think would be the most toad between Eternity, Destruction, and Wind. Because check this out. Eternity, it does more damage now. This base damage is really going to add a lot. And it also lets you reanimate enemies as returned. Oh, fuck. I thought you were going to reanimate as the Wraiths. But whatever, I guess it's returned now, maybe, I assume. So you're going to raise a skeleton army just like how you do with Faith. With the Faith Bow, it's the same mod, I believe. 10% chance to reanimate as returned. Although Faith has been nerfed with its percentage chance. I think it's like a 4% chance now. So this is 10. It's like the old Faith. So you could have an army of skeletons. See, this is going to be defensive as well, which I think is what the Frenzy Barb needs. And plus, you can revive, and it's not charges, but it's actual. It's an actual base skill. You get +3 to revive. So I think your skills will add to that. Your just all skill gear should add to that. So this would be interesting. And of course, the mods for Eternity are pretty decent, and you can make it in an ethereal item. All right, and it does 310, up to 310 enhanced damage max. And it gives minimum damage, some life leech, crushing blow, blinds target, cannot be frozen, so you can freeze up your, or free up your little Ravenfrost space and all that. So yeah, but I mean, let me know what you guys think about this stuff. I think a variant of these items can make a very interesting build. And of course, a lot of the items have been reworked in PD2. You have some interesting barb helms, like Halberd's Reign is now a pretty cool helmet. I'd show you that, but maybe should I show you the Halberd's Reign? Let's take a look at the Halberd's Reign, if we can find it. Items, class items. Okay. Yeah, I think the Halberd's Reign is actually pretty toad. What I noticed is not all the class items are on here. Because where the hell is Ravenlore? Let me know in the comments below. I don't see Ravenlore here for the droid, because I wanted to see what they did to that. But here's Halberd's Reign. Now gives a lot of replenished life. It gives 2 to 3 to masteries, 1 to 3 to battle command, 1 to 3 to battle orders. This is very toad right here. Look at all the attack rating you get. 9 per character level. And it gives PDR, 8 to 12%. So that's very nice. And then you also have like Demon Horn's Edge to use. You have some options. Physical damage taken reduced by 18 to 24. It varies, but look at all the attacker takes damage. And with a Frenzy Barb, I think that would be good. And that would be really interesting to experiment with this. It doesn't have, what the fuck? It removed the enhanced defense, okay. Well, I guess that kind of goes hand in hand because the less defense you have, the more you're going to get hit. But of course, this one actually incentivizes getting hit to an extent because it gives attacker takes damage. So I suppose that would make sense why they did that. And then all res 25. See, these helmets are interesting, and I think they actually nerfed Ariats a little bit. I found this one. Yep, and it actually gives you base direwolf summons, so that's kind of interesting. I might experiment with that with a barbarian. But here's Ariats. Yep, they nerfed it a little bit, and now it gives 20 res instead of 30. 10 to 20 strength, 10 to 20 dex instead of just straight up 20 each. And instead of straight up 2 to combat skills, it gives 1 to 2. All right, so they nerfed Ariats a little bit. It's still pretty damn good. So you're going to have 3 nice helmets to choose from if you want to go this route with these barb helmets. But yeah, if you guys will like the damn video, hit the thumbs up button, become a patron if you want. May the Creator bless you and keep you. I will talk to you toads soon. Hopefully these damn servers will be up so we can continue our journey in Project Diablo 2. Peace be with you.